Who is it that makes you most happy? Where do you get all your joy from? Well, in today's psalm, it's Psalm 84, and it's very obvious where the psalmist gets all his joy from. This was the psalm that we enjoyed this past Sunday evening in prayer and praise. Charles and Anita read it so well, and as they were reading it, I was just letting the words, the truth, sink in and bless me again, and wanted to see which really jumped out, and there are so many. If you know it, well, read it again. If you don't know it, read it again and again. It'll become a firm favourite immediately. There's just so many wonderful truths. And I suppose we could just say the reason for the psalmist having so much joy, so much happiness in God is obvious. We know that, don't we? We know that when we look to other things and even to other people who we love dearly for our ultimate joy and happiness, well, those things and those people disappoint and fail us. So many perhaps who've looked to me and have wanted me to make them happy, they've sadly been disappointed all too often. Because for ultimate happiness and joy, we don't look to others, we look to God. Now, God in his goodness, he gives us others who, family, friendship, they bring great joy and happiness, don't they? But for ultimate, deep down, true joy, that alone comes from God. The psalmist talks here about delighting in God, especially in these first few verses. And then from verse 5 onwards, we almost get the reason why. Well, why does he find so much joy in God? Because God is all-powerful, because of the strength, because of the accomplishments, because of what he's done on behalf of his people. And so that's why the psalmist gets true ultimate joy from God. He's the one compared to anyone else in the world who can deliver, who comes through, who achieves great, wonderful things. We know that especially through God sending his son Jesus Christ for us. And so he then finishes in the last section, verses 9 to 12. And he says, look, if God is the ultimate source of my joy, because he is the one who alone can save and is strong and is almighty, then in these last few verses, why ever wouldn't you always put your trust in him? Verse 12, blessed, which also means happy, is the one who trusts in you, Lord. Oh, let's get our joy and happiness, our ultimate joy and happiness, by trusting in God today and always.